to live to 120 and be healthy the whole way. So this is Longevity Series Part 2, Calorie Restriction. In the scientific literature and in the science of longevity, the trick, the hack that has been the most documented to extend lifespan is calorie restriction. You reduce calorie restriction by something like 20 to 60% in nematodes, which is worm and yeast and fruit fly and mice and fish, and you can extend lifespan by up to about 50%. The problem is that when you start to do this in higher animals like dogs or chimpanzees, you don't get the same results. But at the end of the day, what we want to do for longevity is not so much extend lifespan as much as preventing the onset or preventing the development of any of the disease that will shorten your lifespan. And this is where calorie restriction is very interesting, because it is associated with a reduction of all-cause mortality. Now, in the scientific literature, if you dive into it, it's a mess. By a mess, I don't mean it's disorganized, it's not accurate. What I mean is that everything has been tested. What does it mean, calorie restriction? 30% restriction, 40%, 50% restriction? If we say 50, is it you eat every other day? So that would be 50%. So you eat well one day, not at all the other day. Does it mean you eat any time in the day? Does it mean you do it time restricted during the day? I mean, if you do calorie restriction, do you restrict carbs, fat, or protein? All of this is in the scientific literature. Let's capture all of this and bring that into something that is really applicable in your life and for a human, because we're not fish or nematodes or mice. So for humans, 30% reduction, calorie restriction or reduction in calories should be the aim. So the best is to do this every day. Just eat and stay on your appetite. Eat, let's say, 70% of what would be your normal amount of calories. Try to do this during a time of the day, like 8 hours, so that you have at least 16 hours on an empty stomach. This is going to kick in some phenomenon about longevity. In animal studies, calorie restriction works best when you restrict protein. The problem is that when you do this in higher animals like chimpanzees, it doesn't work as well. So you don't want to restrict protein so much, because you need protein for muscle strength, which is one of the greatest indicator for longevity. So you want to reduce calorie from carbs. Try to reduce sugar as much as possible. If you have absolutely no glucose in your diet, it's all the better. So you want to reduce calorie, remove sugar, keep at least 16 hours without food into your diet, and doing all of this together is going to really help you reach your target of 120.